So one of the biggest fears that I've had has always been going to high schools and giving presentations. I've gotten pretty darn good at going to elementary schools, and I love the kids. I love the inspiration and creativity, and I put on some absolutely amazing presentations as an author. But as a speaker, one thing that I've always thought about doing was going to the high school level and impacting students who are just getting close to that opportunity of going out and taking the world on. Those students that are about ready to graduate. And for part of my problem that I have is I was kind of afraid. Actually, I was kind of afraid of, would they think I was any good? Would they laugh at me? Would they fall asleep? Would they be bored? And then I got to thinking, none of that is real. No matter what you do in this world, you're going to have people that are going to do all those things and probably even more. But the reality is, I wanted to do this. And the one step that I had to do is I had to come up with a presentation. I had to come up with a speech. And to do that meant that I was going to take this on. And for several months over the last couple years, I put it off and I put it off, and I had never gotten to the mindset where I was really ready to take that on. This week, I've earned to be at the level where I'm doing this. See what I did? I sat down and I wrote my speech out. I sat there and I wrote out what I want to say. I wrote what I want to talk about, and I wrote the high points of my speech. So I had done this, and I felt great doing it because I knew that's another step forward. We've always got to be taking a step forward in whatever we're wanting to do. But here's the thing. I wrote this out, and then I said, okay, now we start going over it. Telling myself we start going over it. So what I did yesterday, I don't have a stand yet. I set it up on the back of my recliner. I set it up, opened the book, and I went through it. Now the very first time I went through it, it took me about an hour and a half, and I thought, oh gosh, that's a long time. But the thing you've always got to remember, whenever you do something for the first few times, you're going to have learning curves. You can't expect to go through something for the first 1, 2, 3 times and really be streamlined with what you're doing. It's very important that you not give up when you just started. And I felt great, actually. I felt great because when I got done with the speech, I wasn't worried about being an hour and a half. I realized I'm going to do this. I've given speeches before. I've talked to some junior highs before. But to now actually have this, to have this ready to go and practicing it every day, at least every other day, going through it, I'm going to get better. I'm going to get stronger. I'm going to know what to leave in, what to take out. And that's where I want to encourage you. Whatever you're wanting to do, don't be afraid to just jump on it and start riding the wave. You're going to get better. You're going to get more knowledgeable, and you're going to grow. That's just absolutely important for any kind of success. I got done doing this speech, and when I got done reading it and I got done talking as if I was talking to a group of high school students, when I got done, I felt awesome. I felt amazing. And that's how I want to feel when I'm giving something back. Always be willing to give something back. And I just had to tell you that because I don't want anyone out there in this world to not do something just because they have a false sense of fear. I think it's one thing if if you're literally afraid of flying. I'm afraid of skydiving. You'll never see me skydiving, never. But I won't regret that. I don't want you to have a fear that when you're 80, maybe 90 years old, you regret it. Regret is the worst dream killer. So avoid the regret by conquering the fear and going out there and doing it. I guarantee when you do, you're going to be blessed. And I just want absolute best for everyone that watches this. I thank you for watching. You guys take care. Have a great day. See ya.